So good afternoon to all. My name is Dr. Sameeran Upasani. Many people ask me that why did I choose this profession? So the answer is very simple. As a child, I saw my father, Dr. Jagdish Murlidhar Upasani, who was the first MD physician in Kalyan. There were surgeons, there were gynecologists, but he was the first MD medicine in Kalyan, and he had a tremendous respect because he was doing a lot of hard work, he was doing a lot of social activities, a lot of charity, and many people used to take his name. His diagnosis was good, his attitude was good, so I lived through it. Whenever I used to see my father in a marketplace, so many people, they used to recognize him, talk to him, they used to touch his feet. So definitely the entire inspiration for becoming a doctor was in my house only, in my father. Okay, so how did I land up? I landed up in North Maharashtra University, that is ACPM Medical College Dhule for MBBS. There was a different system then. There was a 30-70 system. So there used to be 30% admissions outside the university and 70% local students. So this kind of format was there during my MBBS, my 12th standard days. So in that format, in the 30%, I opted Dhulia, and I got my admission in first MBBS in ACPM College Dhule. Definitely it was away from my house, but that was also a learning experience, hostel life, learning from other students how to live in hostels, how to do your own activities, not just studies but day-to-day routine activities. College was also quite good. Climate was so. Definitely teachers were quite passionate in teaching, and so overall my MBBS days, they went okay. And in final MBBS, I had secured good marks in medicine and in gynecology. So we didn't had a PG entrance exam at that time, and so on the basis of my medicine marks, third MBBS medicine marks, I got into MD medicine. Learning in Pravra Medical College, Rural Medical College Pravra, was absolutely a different experience. And the atmosphere in Pravra was much more academic. The atmosphere in PG was quite good. There were a lot of PG branches there, surgery, gynec, orthopedics. So that was a very nice atmosphere we had, and that Lodi was known for all the kinds of colleges. So we were always surrounded by engineering college students, IT, you name the branch, and the college is there in Lodi. And it was quite near to Shirdi as well. So many of my family members, my relatives, when they used to visit Shirdi, they used to go through Loni. So during my MD times, I never felt away from home, because somebody used to visit Shirdi and then they used to give me a hi, hello. We used to have a cup of tea, and then I used to go for work, and of course they used to go back. And as such, it was quite near to Kalyan. Shirdi is quite near to Kalyan than Dhulia. So we had a very good time. There was a lot of hardship. I mean, there is no professional course where you have not done hardship, not just medical or not just surgical, orthopedic, but even other courses, architecture and engineering also. Hardship is a part and parcel of all professional courses. If you have to reach to your professional excellence, you have to struggle, you have to learn from the basics, you have to go from 0 to 100. And of course your seniors who guide you, your teachers who guide you, your patients who help you, these things are important. So getting into MD medicine as a junior resident, then senior resident, then chief resident, definitely was a good experience. And I completed my MD from Nagar, and the college was known for getting all the serious patients. There were many cities around. Shirdi was there, Sangamner was there, Sinnar was there, so Kopargaon was there. So many small towns were there And of course, in small towns, they have their own problems. You don't get oxygen supply, you don't get electricity for 24 hours. So usually in small towns, when those days the infrastructure of the cities was not good, to maintain an ICU was always a challenge. So even very good doctors, they were not treating very critical patients in their hospital, because you never know, you may not get an oxygen, or the electricity goes, you may not be able to run your ventilator for a long time. So all the serious patients used to come to Pravanagar, that is our hospital, Rural Medical College and Hospital, Lodi. That's why we always had ICU was always full, and ever expanding ICU was also always full. So when I completed my MD, I think my MD was like my DM in critical care or DM in emergency medicine only. So all emergencies only we were tackling. So after my MD, my teacher asked me, my guide, Dr. Colonel Tiwari, so what are you planning? I said, I'm not planning much. I'm going to start my own setup. So he said, why not go for cardiology? Why not go for neurology? Why not go for super specialty? I said to sir, your point is quite valid, but looking at the work I did for 3 years in emergency medicine, so then only treating heart patients and only treating acute kidney patients, or only treating acute respiratory failures, I would not do justice to the education what I received. So definitely I would prefer to treat all serious patients. And that's how I started my career in 2003 after my MD. So I did my MD 2000, 2001, 2002, and in 2003 I started. So I started, and now I am completing almost 20 years post MD, and I am in the field of critical care medicine. So I really enjoy, to make a fast diagnosis and fast treatment, because in critical care, whatever you do, time factor is very important. So I'm still continuing, and with the blessings of God, blessings of my parents, and blessings of my teachers, I'm very happy in my work, and I hope I continue. My father used to tell me when I got my first MBBS admission in '94 that it's not the correct time to become a doctor. That's what my father told me in '94 when I went into first MBBS. He said that he started his practice in '77, and in '77 people used to touch the doctor's feet and then tell what are their problems, and then they used to tell, save us doctor, help us. But as the time passed on, and I think in 1991, the doctors, they came under the consumer code. The doctors came under consumer code. So if a patient died in the hospital, the patient who's paying the doctor in a private hospital, he can sue him for wrong treatment or for negligence. The word classically is negligence. So that started in '91, and whenever such things happen, those things are fast moving in the society. So whenever somebody used to die in the hospital, few people used to ask, कि आमचा पेशंट गेला आता आम्हाला कॉम्पेन्सेशन द्या हे ते. So my father was saying that you are going into a field of medicine, and definitely you are going to become a doctor, but the time is not going to be the same which he enjoyed in his MBBS and MD times. And that's true. Even from 2003-04, where I started my private practice, to 2023, the times have been ever changing. So more and more doctors are now, you can say, they are playing safe. What I remember in my residency days and in my few days in my early practice, I used to be very possessive about the patient. माझा patient hai, माझा patient hai. And that possessiveness has gone. And now what most of the doctors must be following is what patient wants, what relative wants. If relative wants to go ahead with the treatment, or the patient wants to go ahead with the treatment, then only we say, we will do for you. But guiding somebody or giving them the correct advice may not be the correct thing. Their faith in the medical system is now gone. So people in general have less faith in doctors. So I will give you an example that a guy living in my own building. First time I diagnosed him as hypertension. I started a treatment for him. Of course, he is living in my building and definitely he is my friend. I started him with medicine on hypertension. I gave him few samples also. The same guy, when he got headache, nausea and vomiting, this guy called up his insurance agent that I am having headache, vomiting, and I think I have to get admitted because I am not feeling well. So his insurance agent guided him to a particular hospital. So this is what is happening. Medical science is now directed by the money. So this is why guy had only one thing, that he wants it under cashless. So he is not ready to pay anything to the doctor. He wants to do his treatment cashless, and doctor doesn't matter, hospital doesn't matter. So these are the kind of things which are going to increase in the next few years. Is maybe you want to treat somebody, but the insurance guy will tell you, okay, wait, let me confirm whether this treatment is good or bad, or